Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us for the 2024 Winter Webinar Series hosted by the Yakima Basin Joint Board. My name is Kelsey Green. I'm a consultant to the Yakima Basin Joint Board, focusing on communications and outreach. And we are very excited to bring you this webinar series. The goal of this series is to give you a quick snapshot, an overview of each of the members of the Yakima Basin Joint Board and talk a little bit about irrigation districts in the Yakima Basin. So today we are starting with Sunnyside Valley Irrigation District, and I am joined by Lori and David, and I'll let them introduce themselves, maybe starting with you, Lori.
Hi, Kelsey. Thank you very much for having us. My name is Lori Brady, and I am the General Manager of Sunnyside Valley Irrigation District. I will have been with the district for about 35 years this summer. I was hired in 1989 in the engineering department and later became the engineering supervisor. I was in that department for about 17 years, and in 2006, I was promoted to the Assistant Manager of Administration. And then in 2016, Jim Troll, the current manager at that time, passed away suddenly, and then I was promoted to his position. I plan to retire in the summer, and David Fellman has been chosen as my replacement.
Excellent. Thanks, Lori. All right, let's hear from you, David.
Thank you, Kelsey, and thanks for having me. My name is David Fellman. I'm the current engineering supervisor for Sunnyside Valley Irrigation District. I was hired in 2006 into the engineering department, so I've been with the district for about 18 years. And as Lori mentioned, this summer of 2024, I will be taking over as the general manager.
Excellent. Thanks for that great introduction. And what I would like to do now is really start to look at the Yakima Basin Joint Board and your district, starting with sort of this larger image of Washington State. So I guess, David, if you would be interested in talking about what we're seeing here on the screen, that'd be great.
Yeah, so we're looking at the Washington State, and in focus is the Yakima Basin in the central Washington region. So you can see the scale of the Yakima Basin in relation to the state and the districts and cities within it.
Excellent. Thank you. All right, and now maybe we can focus in on the Yakima Basin a little bit. Just kind of curious, as we kind of zoom in here, what we're looking at.
The Yakima Basin is about 475,000 acres, and it has 5 storage reservoirs. They're located in the Cascade Mountains. They're Catchulus, Cochise, Cle Elum, Bumping, and Rimrock. And typically, snowpack is the 6th reservoir. So what you can see here are the members of the Yakima Basin Joint Board. And that is made up of 7 irrigation districts and the city of Yakima.
Excellent. Thank you. All right. So now moving into looking at just your district here, wondering if I could hear a little bit more about just your district.
Yeah, so here we're looking at the Sunnyside Division Board of Control, or Sunnyside Valley Irrigation District. You'll hear it be called both of those names at different times. One explanation for that is the Sunnyside Division makes up the irrigation districts within it. So we have 2 private ditch companies, as well as 5 cities, and then we have SVID, or Sunnyside Valley Irrigation District, under the Sunnyside Division Board of Control. So 95% of that is made up by Sunnyside Valley Irrigation District. So we are the largest entity in the division, but you may hear it called either of those names. So that's what we're looking at here in this map is our division. And so in this division, we have some proratable water and non-proratable water. So you hear proratable, non-proratable. What does that actually mean? So proratable water is water that can be rationed in water short years. So the Bureau looks at the water that we're receiving throughout the winter. So they're constantly looking at that and checking those numbers. And as Lori mentioned, snowpack is our 6th reservoir in the Yakima Basin. So they check storage at our 5 reservoirs, and they look at snowpack in our snow. And so with that, they make determinations based on how much water they're going to have for the irrigation season. And any rationing that is done is rationed on pro-ratable water. So Sunnyside Valley Irrigation District has roughly 30% of their water pro-ratable and 70% non-pro-ratable, so cannot be rationed water.
Excellent. That's a great explanation, David. Thank you. Now, I'm curious how Sunnyside Valley Irrigation District is connected to the Yakima Basin Integrated Plan.
Well, first of all, the integrated plan is made up of 7 elements needed to achieve a balance and a comprehensive approach to water resource management. And within those 7 elements, the Sunnyside Division Board of Control's focus is the Enhanced Water Conservation Program. The division has entered into a contract with the Bureau of Reclamation and with the United States Department of Ecology, and they've implemented a very extensive conservation program that David will give you more detail about.
Great.
Yes, so the conservation program that Lori is discussing, our portion of that is implemented through a skip program and an ellipse program. So we started out in 2003 with the skip program, and we took our check structures and replaced the manual check structures with automated check structure sites. And we also installed 3 re-regulation reservoirs and a SCADA telemetry system. So with that in place, we were able to automate our main canal and regulate it more efficiently, so we had less spill and waste in our system. The second phase of that program is our ellipse or enclosed lateral improvement projects. And with that project, we are taking open canal systems and piping them. And so when we pipe those canal systems, again, we're able to reduce our spill, and we deliver water on farm at low pressures, and it allows the farmers to also work more efficiently. So in collaboration with each other, we're reducing our water usage at the farm level and at the district level.
And to really wrap that up, that's all done under the 1994 Yakima River Basin Water Enhancement Program.
Thank you. Yeah, that's really interesting. And I guess I'm curious, I know the basic function of irrigation districts, but I have been informed that they do so much more. So I'd love to hear a little bit more about the mission and the goals of your irrigation district and some of the interesting projects that you've worked on.
Well, irrigation districts are commonly used for delivering water and drainage, and in our districts, that's what we do. But also irrigation districts can provide domestic, municipal, industrial water, as well as a sewer service, and they can generate electricity. And one project that we've done that's extremely unique is the fish guidance system at the Sunnyside Dam. Now, our diversion is taken at the Sunnyside Dam, which is located in Parker, Washington. And there was a study done, or a preliminary study, that found that once smolts out-migrated and got caught in an irrigation system, they had a very low chance of survival. So in 2021, the division board got together and decided we would enter into a pilot project. And that pilot project would install the fish guidance system. Now, that pilot project was done under a grant with we partnered with Washington State Recreation and Conservation Office and the Washington State Department of Ecology and the Bureau of Reclamation. That was funded through those entities. Now, the Bureau of Reclamation's role was to help us with the permitting. And then the irrigation district did all the installation and the purchasing of it. And that was done in a year, which was unheard of, doing permitting and installation in 1 year. But it's because we had the support of the environmental community. We had the support of the Yakima Nation, and everyone seemed to come together to make this project happen. It was really exciting. And it was something very different than what we normally do.
Oh, that's wonderful, Lori. Well, thanks for sharing that. Well, it sounds like there's a lot of great things happening with SVID, and I guess I'd love to hear about some more upcoming projects in 2024 and beyond.
Yes, so in 2024, as was discussed at the beginning here, I will be taking over as manager. So we're currently experiencing a transition that's ongoing, and that process is going well. But included in that, we always have our projects, winter work projects and summer projects. We never stop working on the canal system. So we have canal lining projects that we're working on and lateral piping projects. So canal lining projects, what are we talking about when we look at those? A canal lining project, we work to line a section of our open canals so that we can reduce seepage losses. And by doing that, we will typically shape our canal systems. We'll clean up the banks, make sure there's no large objects in the ditch that could be causing problems for our liners. And then we will actually lay down a membrane liner that is impermeable, so water's not getting through it. And then we will protect that lining material with a concrete or shotcrete combination that is then put in a thin layer over the top of the liners. Those projects hold up really well. They're a good long-term solution for large ditches that would be difficult to pipe. So when we can pipe a lateral, though, that's typically what we will do if we can pipe it instead. And so when we look at smaller ditches that are not running quite as much water, we can go into and pipe them. So when we're piping those open canals, we're taking long stretches of PVC, HDPE, different types of pipe materials depending on the situation, and we'll enclose those ditches and cover them up. And of course, again, that's another good long-term solution, reduces seepage. You don't get the evaporation loss like you do in an open canal. So there's many benefits to piping a canal system. So that's what we like to strive for. So moving forward in 24, 25 and on, that's what we continue to push for, is any kind of conservation work that we can do to improve the district and continue to manage existing facilities.
Excellent. Thanks, David. That's a great overview of what's to come. And Lori, coming back to you, I feel like you've had such an amazing career, a lot of it at SVID, and congratulations on your upcoming retirement. I'd love to hear about what you're most proud of over the span of your time there.
Well, I spent my whole career at SVID, and I'm just proud to work with the people that I've gotten to work with over these years. It's really been enjoyable. It's been a great support system, and I spent a lot of time with these individuals. I spent more time with them than I did my family, and the district has really become a second family. And that's what I'm most proud of.
Yeah, excellent. And David, what are you most looking forward to with your new position as manager?
Well, transitioning from an engineering background, I've been at the district in the engineering department my entire career. So I've always looked at projects and tasks from one angle in the district. And so I'm most excited and looking forward to looking at things from a new perspective and taking on all these new challenges that are going to come my way.
Excellent. Well, thank you both so much for joining up today for the first episode of our winter webinar series. And I've put up a little contact screen here. So if you'd like to learn more about the Yakima Basin Joint Board, you can go to the link tree, or you can use your phone and access it via the QR code on the screen. If you'd like to reach Lori until June or David, you can find their contact info at their website, svid.org. And just wanted to say thank you so much to you two for coming on today, and good luck with your transition.
Thank you, Kelsey.
Thanks, Kelsey. Thanks for having us.
Excellent. All right. Bye, everyone.